Yo guys, what's going on? My name's Eclipse, and today we're going to be going over somewhat of a leak for Clash Royale. Now real quickly, today is April 1st, and April 1st is notorious for being April Fool's Day, but let me just assure you guys, I'm not trying to pull any funny pranks on you today. Now I was going to make a funny face reveal video or a funny setup video, but I decided not to do that because this came up instead, and I feel like this would be more of an interesting video, just because it's something that I'm sure not a lot of you have seen before. So earlier today on Twitter, Clash Royale tweeted this, and it's an 8 versus 8 clan battles. Now I don't have to be a genius to tell you guys that this right here is obviously fake. Like, Supercell is not gonna add an 8 versus 8 clan battle, so this was a very easy troll. If you're looking in the top right hand corner, you can see there is a 6 times ELIXIR. Again, this isn't anything special, so right off the bat, you're like, okay Eclipse, this is very obviously fake. Did you really have to make a video on this? You're just wasting my time. But wait, I do have something interesting. Now if you look in the bottom left hand corner, you can see this little trap, and I posted a video on this trap about a week ago, so we'll go more in depth with this shortly. But if you're looking in the top right hand corner, right underneath the little ELIXIR droplet, you can see a purple blob. So in today's video, I'm just going to be going over what these two new cards are, and by the end of it, you can decide whether these will be coming to Clash Royale or not. So as far as the trap goes, Nick and Knight did refer to this as the Hunter Trap. Now here's a little animated GIF on how the trap does work. Now I'm a bit confused on what it actually does. Like, would it freeze a troop while dealing damage to it, or would it just kind of like snap on the troop and then disappear right away? Because I imagine this kind of like sucks a troop in for like 2 seconds while chopping away dealing damage. But since this is just a picture, we don't really get to see any footage of it. So since I've talked about this trap right here in a previous video, and since the trap itself isn't necessarily a new concept, let's move on to the purple blob. So the purple blob is actually named the ELIXIR monster. Now this was originally leaked on Reddit quite a bit ago, so let me just explain the concept of this troop. So to start things off, you have the big purple blob itself. Now once this guy dies, he splits into multiple ELIXIR pods. Now if you don't counter the ELIXIR pods, those pods will then grow into another ELIXIR monster. So essentially you could just keep reproducing and reproducing these guys, and if this was added to the game, you could pretty much have like 1,000,000 ELIXIR monsters, just because they keep on reproducing over and over and over again. Now this card was actually featured on the Radio Royale podcast, and they talked about how they killed this card, so essentially they're never adding it. Now in conclusion, I would just like to say that we were all somewhat trolled by Supercell. When I first saw this, like I said, I knew the 8 versus 8 was very fake, but I did have some hope that the trap or the ELIXIR monster would get added to the game. But after I did some research, I realized, well, these cards, they were previous concepts that Supercell was going to add at one point in time, but they killed off both of these cards, and we will never be seeing them in Clash Royale. Now that is everything I do have to say for today's video. If you haven't left the video a like yet, please feel free to do so. Every like is greatly appreciated. Also, down in the comment section below, let me know which card you like better, the Hunter Trap or the ELIXIR monster, because personally, I think the ELIXIR monster is awesome. However, I feel like it would definitely be overpowered. So guys, this has been Eclipse. Thank you all for watching, and peace out.